Imagine a place where annual inflation is over 100%.
With an inflation rate approaching 100%, Argentina's pesos are depreciating so quickly that banks are installing more vaults to store banknotes.
Argentina was one of the 10 richest countries in the world, but it has earned the dubious distinction of being the only nation ever to regress to developing country status.
Prior to the onset of the 1930s Great Depression, Argentina stood as one of the top 10 wealthiest economies globally. However, in the early 20th century, circumstances took a turn for the worse, marking the beginning of a sustained downward trajectory that has persisted ever since. The challenges are substantial. Argentina is facing a significant deficit in net foreign currency reserves estimated at $10 billion, and annual inflation is currently at 143% with a rising trend. Argentina has experienced cycles of economic prosperity followed by downturns for several decades, relying on money printing to finance recurrent deficits, which has fueled inflation and led to the depreciation of the peso. In his speech, Milei cautioned that if not brought under control, inflation could surge to an annual rate of 1,500%, and he pledged to vigorously combat it. Argentina remains plagued by recurring cycles of swift expansion and subsequent collapse. Periodically, a fresh political movement arises, pledging to alleviate economic challenges and modernize the nation. Regrettably, all such endeavors ultimately falter due to ineffective policies and corruption, leaving behind substantial debts in their wake. Between 2020 and 2022, Argentina experienced one of the most rapid economic expansions globally. During this period, unemployment rates decreased and exports witnessed substantial growth. Nevertheless, this surge in growth was primarily fueled by increased government spending. In 2022, the government allocated a significant sum of $12 billion for energy subsidies, constituting 2% of Argentina's GDP. A considerable portion of the budget is directed towards compensating expensive public sector employees and pensions, funds that could have been utilized more effectively, perhaps in areas like infrastructure investment. Given its track record of defaults, Argentina encountered challenges in securing lenders, and it presently accounts for 1/3 of the IMF's debt. Consequently, the central bank resorted to increasing money printing to finance government expenditures. As commonly understood, a higher money supply diminishes its value and contributes to inflation. With a debt-to-GDP ratio of approximately 75%, sustaining this growth would have been unfeasible. Presently, the economy is in disarray, marked by triple-digit inflation, and over 40% of the population resides in poverty. Social unrest has manifested in protests directed against the government. In an effort to mitigate inflation, the central bank has increased interest rates to 133%. Nevertheless, the inherent time lag in monetary policy renders it generally ineffective, exacerbating the challenges for the government in servicing its debt. The agricultural sector of the country has also been undergoing hardship. Argentina experienced its most severe drought in 6 decades, significantly impairing crop yields and livestock. Farmers incurred a substantial economic loss totaling $10 billion. The government, grappling with its own financial challenges, could provide minimal assistance. Additionally, farming resulted in a loss of $3 billion in tax revenues. Argentina needs comprehensive structural reforms to break free from the recurring cycle of economic fluctuations. Addressing issues such as debt, inflation, and currency challenges is essential for the normalization of the economy. At present, the only option is to await the unfolding of the future.